up. Alright, so without further ado, I will give you Finalflame to get this run going. And let's wish him the best of luck. You all pay for it, so enjoy the run, you all.
Alright everybody, how's it going, and welcome to the best version of Sonic 2 there is, Sonic 2 Game Gear. Before we get started, huge thanks to everybody that donated to switch this from any percent to best ending. The fact that so many people donated $1,000 for this is completely mind-blowing for me, and I'm still kind of in shock. So hopefully I can do that category justice and make everyone proud. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing on the road. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, let's kick it off. We are not starting in Green Hill Zone. Contrary to popular belief, not every game has to start in the Green Hill Zone. I know, it's kind of shocking, right? Instead, here we are at Underground. And I am here today to prove to you that there is, in fact, life after Underground Zone. If anyone's like me as a kid, you possibly... Zone. Kind of understandable. You'll understand why in a few levels. Something I just did there to try and help you all out on this extremely long score countdown screen. Yeah. This is only 200,000 points. I actually paused the timer after hitting the signpost. That hurts your in-game time because it continues the in-game timer after you hit the signpost for a couple more seconds. So you wouldn't want to do that in an actual run. In-game time. However, for the sake of a marathon run, why not? Enemy. Alright, so this is best ending, so I need to get the emerald from this stage. What best ending includes is getting all 6 Chaos Emeralds, as well as completing the final zone and the true final boss, Crystal Egg Zone. Here's the first emerald. Most of these emeralds are pretty simple to get. They're out in the open. There's a couple ones that are a bit tricky. Uh-oh. I'm dropping frames. Hopefully y'all are still with me. Holy. Internet, please, not today. On for now. This lovely boss. Yes, I have noticed the internet issues. I don't really know what I could do. I'm hoping y'all are getting this. I am not getting the pattern I want. So this boss is very difficult. It is not random, though, as it once was thought to be. The pattern is known as long as you get here at the same time every time. Hopefully y'all can see enough of it. And somehow I just survived that. Because I'm trying to skip it, and I think I missed it. Missed it by one frame. So we're gonna try that again. You can actually skip using that. It is a bit of a tight window, 2-frame trick. And that's it. So we're going to try that again, this time take the hang glider. If you ever use a hang glider, important thing is just tap left. You don't want to hit right. If you hit right, you're just going to sink straight down. John, if you need me to try and restart the stream, just let me know. It is definitely on my end, and I'm not sure why. And the most difficult emerald to grab, at least in my opinion. And let's try it back up. That didn't work. Alright. We'll just take another death. This level's one of the ones I'm most worried about. I need to do a precise series of jumps to get it. I'm sure there's a safer backup, but that's not how I roll. That should be good. There we go. When I hit that cloud, there we go, right into the emerald. And that is Sky High 2. Game was nice enough to give me an extra life. Hopefully the frames have settled down a bit. I see I am still dropping some. I apologize. Couldn't tell you exactly why it's doing it, unfortunately. Anyway, on with the show. We must keep going. So Sky High 3, this boss can be a little tricky. One good thing about getting all the Chaos Emeralds is they do give you continues, and this is definitely a boss it's possible to use up a continue on. Alright. Not doing it as planned, but that's alright. This part did go as planned. So, I want to stun lock this bird right away, so that it doesn't have a chance to fire off an attack. That's a recurring theme on a couple of the bosses. If the boss attacks, you have to dodge, I guess, a fireball, laser ball, some sort of thing that comes out of his mouth. You don't want to have to mess with that. So we just unlock him. And on to Aqua Lake Zone. Pretty cool mechanic coming up. We are going to roll on water. And by the way, something I didn't have a chance to bring up, I usually do earlier. You notice how I'm not spin dashing? Spin dashing is not in this game. So the fastest form of movement is actually roll jumping, as well as utilizing slopes. And, you know, moonwalking. Oh, did not want to hit that spring. So, I think it was about a frame off there. There's a nice little swag ending you can do there, where you just land above the spring on the box that's at, and boom, you're done the stage in 17 seconds. That's really awesome, and it is actually the fastest way to do. This came out before the Genesis by, I believe, a couple months. Aqua Lake 2 on the Sega Master System version. This is actually one of my favorite stages. On Game Gear, it is one of my least favorite stages. Audio cue coming up. Let's see if I got it. Boom. Alright, that saves quite a bit of time, actually. Saves me from having to grab an invincibility box and moving very slowly. So, let's talk about the differences between the Master System version and the Game Gear version. The biggest one is screen crunch. As you can see, I don't have a lot of space to work with. So it's useful to learn the levels on Master System so you know them. Another one is bosses. Because of screen crunch, a lot of the bosses are very different. I shouldn't say very different. They are different. They are a little more difficult for the most part. And also, physics in this level are a lot different. It's much more difficult to move here on Game Gear, at least in my opinion. Now we gotta wait for Bubble. Shoutouts to the speed shoes that didn't make it to the Game Gear version. Up here in the top left, there's a little hallway. In Master System, there's a speed shoes there. On Game Gear is a 10 ring box. The only speed shoes box in the game, so there actually are none in Game Gear, despite the fact the box says there are. There's our third Chaos Emerald. Bit of a pain to get to. This one's probably the most out of the way emerald, and it leads to this difficult jump coming up. So you might be wondering why I'm going backwards. No, that's bad. That's bad. Alright. Well, y'all are about to get a show that might end in death here. I'll give this a shot. That is one fall you do not want to make. Because as you can see, you end up all the way down here. And it is a pain to get up. Because you cannot actually jump up to get back up here. Okay, first try. We'll go with it. That is a very costly mistake. On Master System, it is much easier to avoid that. As a matter of fact, if you know what to do coming out of the Emerald, it's very, very easy. I'm amazed I made it up there first try. It's typically easier to just take a death. Moving on to Aqua Lake 3. One other thing I like to shout out about this zone is it's the only music in the game to have a remix listed on OC Remix. Love all the remixes of this game, by the way. Alright, so this boss can be a little tricky, so I do play it slightly safe here. Otherwise, he could easily just whip me. Quite literally. So instead, we're doing this. Playing it a little safe, not too safe. And he's dead. And yeah, someone mentioning the red light will be blinking soon. I hope y'all brought at least 6 AA batteries, probably more. Good old Game Gears. Alright, so I mentioned we didn't start this off in Green Hill Zone. I didn't say we wouldn't be there eventually. Here we are. It is in the game as Green Hills, not Green Hill. Bit of a difference from the other earlier games. And if you made it this far, congratulations. The developers took pity, and it is a bit of an extra life farm. Those might be the only 2 we get. Yep, it's the top route. Ooh, but I did that perfectly. Okay, I'll take that. So we just passed 2 more extra lives that you could easily go back and get. We shouldn't need them. We already have 3 continues in addition to our 5 lives, and we're going to get more coming up. That just happened to be in the way. On the Green Hills 2. The Emerald in this one is out in the open, as they all are. It is easy to miss by accident, but fortunately very easy to go back for and try again, as hopefully you will not have to see. Hold left there so I can do that and land perfectly on that spring. And the jump to the Emerald is coming up. Slow down. So we want to hit that spring, and boom. Nice. That is very easy to accidentally overshoot. What am I using to play this? I am playing on emulator, as I do not own this on a console that I can stream on. I actually have the game for the Game Gear. I don't have a Game Gear. I have it on the 3DS VC, but I can't stream off of that. So, Green Hills 3, this is probably the most difficult zone in the game casually. Especially because, as you can see, there's a lot of spikes. And, yeah. So, you didn't see a lot of spikes there. Everything you don't see here is spikes. And now we have a boss that is not only RNG, but a pain in the butt. RNG, whether or not I can get 2 hits or 1 hit in per cycle, we're hoping for 2 every time. So far it's been alright. Not anymore. Ooh. Alright, I will take it. So with that tiny arena, that boss is very difficult, very easy to die on. I am thrilled to get that first try. Pretty decent pattern as well. 2-2-2-1-1. I'll take it. That's one of those bosses that's much easier on the Sega Master System version. If anyone is ever interested in trying this game, I recommend learning it on Master System first, so you can see what you're doing. Alright, Gimmick Mountain 1. Hello, everybody's favorite pinwheels. Yes, I just jumped off of a spike. That's a thing. You'll probably see more of it later. And hey, invincibility. So, I do not... okay, let me rephrase that. This can be done, what I'm about to do, without the invincibility. For me, it's much more difficult, and it's a good safety to have. And I've already messed it up a little bit. So, we're skipping half the stage. And just gotta run on these spikes and get to the end. You're meant to go all the way to the bottom right of the stage, climb up, take a minecart all the way down to the bottom left of the stage and get here. We don't need to do that. Oh no, by all means, everyone should learn the Game Gear version at some point. It is the best version. So, Gimmick 2. So, something I didn't get a chance to point out as I almost die. Over in Aqua Lake 2 was those false walls, false floor. Let's not crouch. So, it's important to remember that when you get to this zone, or else you're never gonna find the emerald. Because it's all the way here. So I'm sure anyone that did get here casually when they were younger might have completely missed that wall. So that's the last emerald we need to get normally. You'll understand that when we get to the last one. Alright, let's not fall to the bottom route. Alright. It's always a good day when we'd miss the bottom route there. Okay. Not quite what I was trying to do, but I'll take it. It's a pretty good Gimmick 2. I'm on to Gimmick Mountain 3, which is the closest thing this game has to an auto-scroller. So, big thing about Act 3's, all the boss stages, you have no rings. So, one hit and you're dead. There's a lot of spikes in this, so I try and take it a little safe. And now we have to ride platforms of the boss. Now, important to note, you cannot let this platform far out of your sight. If you do, it will despawn, you will have to die and try again. And this is kind of a long stage. Yeah, the game tries to crush you up there. Don't get crushed up there. And now, onto a boss that, in my opinion, is actually a bit easier on the Game Gear version than the Master System version. I don't know, might just be me. And actually take it a little bit safe. Now, the biggest thing in this boss is beware for falling rocks. Pretend you're like you're driving down the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and you're seeing all those signs on the side of the road. I think I've died more to the rocks than to the boss. Which, for the record, is Mecha Boar here. They all have names. They all start with Mecha. Well, most of them. And that was the Mecha Boar. Ah, tried to jump on top of the capsule. You can actually do that. Ace, I've traveled that turnpike way too many times. It's the first one that came to mind. Alright, great music here. There's a lot of good music in this game. Scrambled egg 1. Anyone hungry for an egg? While we're rolling. Alright. So, this is a bit of a maze. It's a lot of tubes. Not much more to say other than enjoy the music. Enjoy things like rolling uphill. As you all already witnessed, and now you get to see again. So here you need to hold the proper direction or you will go backwards. Here we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this trick I don't fully understand works, because it seems very consistent on Master System, not on Game Gear. So we got a damage boost. We're going to watch... Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. We're going to watch as the platform doesn't spawn, and then we're just going to take it safe. So I still don't fully understand that this platform actually can respawn over on the left side. And I still don't apparently fully understand it in this version. But we tried. And the last maze of this stage, down, right, down, left. And that was Scrambled Egg 1. So Scrambled Egg 2 has a really neat fast route you can do. I actually just started getting it down yesterday, but unfortunately it seems like it doesn't save time in Game Gear, as cool as it is. So, we're not doing it. It does not require falling there. It definitely does not require that death. That was, yeah, RNG manipulation. Helps me know the winning lottery number a certain night. Maybe that was a sign I should have... Wow. So that is a downside to this game is, please, getting jumps off is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, that was one of my funnier deaths. I'll admit it. Alright, enough playing around. There we go. Got the jump. So we're going to take the top route here, which is apparently faster on this version than the low route, at least when I'm playing it. This stage can be a pain, even in a speedrun. So, important thing coming up here, we need to go around this loop, and that gives this platform time to spawn over on the left. And then I wait on it a hair to make sure it ends up all the way high enough so that I can actually jump into the spikes and damage boost across. Alright, coming up is the final boss of the regular any % route. And in my opinion, honestly, the easiest boss of the game. You will see why. And you might recognize him, even if you've never played or seen this game before. Enjoy the music. By the way, shout out to the better boss music on this version. That's a huge part of why I play it. On SMS, you do not have this boss music. So coming up, straight out of Sonic Mania, it's Silver Sonic. And that is why he's one of the easier bosses. Even casually, you can bounce into him when he's rolling and not take damage. This boss is also heavy RNG. One of 2 RNG bosses in the game. And this is horrible RNG. Now that he's dead, you can see he willingly gave up the 6th emerald. And we are not done. Instead, we are off to Crystal Egg Zone. If you don't like your egg scrambled, try Crystal. Great music here. Also really like the color palette. So this is probably one of the easier, I do that literally every time, one of the easier stages in the run. It's very short. If you fall down to the bottom by mistake, where we're going now on purpose, it's a long spike pit, but as long as you have a ring, you can damage boost your way across and still finish the stage very quickly. I don't think we even got to see 300,000 points. Man, I'm slacking. And despite the score countdown here being horrible sometimes, it is nothing compared to Sonic 1 Game Gear. You will sit there for literally almost a minute on the score countdown screen. On to Crystal Egg 2, one of my favorite stages. Mostly because it's not a straightforward hold right to win stage. Not quite how I want that to go. So this one, you have to go bottom to top, zigzag your way across. Oh, hey, you like pinwheels? We got some moving pinwheels. Real easy to die in that pit, by the way. So as I go through this and try to not die... Okay! In case y'all blinked, we're gonna do that again. That's alright, I said I like the stage, so it works out. Ah, missed the spring. Purposely try and roll jump onto that spring to conserve momentum, and do that. Saves a little bit of time. There we go. Much cleaner there. So, yeah, in case you haven't seen enough death yet, we got the final boss coming up. The final boss here is something else. It is not that way. It is, honestly, the most difficult part of this run. If I do it absolutely properly, you will think I am joking and think, well, that was easy. Anyone could do that. It is not. Fingers crossed. If all goes well, the fight will be over in like 19 seconds. You know, we're gonna go down here and boom, grab a continue box, the only one in the game. But yeah, the fight will go very quick. He will never attack. If he attacks, I'm going to attempt to back up. And if that doesn't go well, just take a death. So fingers crossed. Me and this boss have a score to settle. Alright, so he did attack. I don't want that. I'm going to try a backup here that I don't normally do. And this probably is actually longer than taking a death and trying to fight normally, but at least I get to show off these attacks, because y'all never see this in a speedrun. At least you shouldn't see this in a speedrun. So I need to get 3 more hits. I've gotten 6 total so far. 1, 2. This time I gotta go around 6.5 times. 4, 5. Fingers crossed this works. There we go. Get in the pipe, Sonic. And time. I'll take it. Slow final boss, but we did it in one shot. I can be happy with that. So yeah, you can see that fight is a royal pain. You can stun lock him from attacking. It is very difficult. Not frame perfect, but you need to be very quick. And it can be slightly difficult to get in the rhythm on. So I came into it knowing that might happen. And even with all those issues, still came in under the 80% estimate. I'll take it. Here you go. The best ending. Tails is saved. And you get this amazing music that you do not get in the Master System version. And I'm glad I got to show it off, because I've had the song stuck in my head all week. Thanks, John. And that was it. That was best ending. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I know it wasn't necessarily a clean run, but that's how this game goes sometimes. That's how any speedruns go. Things happen. Once again, thank you to everybody, especially that donated $1,000 towards seeing that. That is crazy. Where did you find 6 AA batteries that last that long? Well, I got a confession to make. I have the AC adapter. And yeah, I think 5 minutes underestimate. We can wait for the very end of this and show it off. The big difference here between the bad ending and the good ending. But I do recommend anyone that enjoyed this, feel free to check out the run. I do have some tutorials up for the Master System version, which if you learn that, you can then go ahead and take that skill over to the Game Gear version. It's a fun game. It's definitely fun. It is. Yeah, it's a game I had in my childhood. That's really the main reason I picked up this game. Yeah, growing up with both a Game Boy and a Game Gear. Lots of great games, lots of underrated games. Yeah, people are not doing to make Tails die. We have saved Tails. Fun fact, I think Tails, they might have originally intended for him to be playable this game, but it never happened. Because if you notice on all the cards at the beginning of the stages, Tails is there in the picture. I'm sure there were a couple slides that showed that. Hey, thanks, Hitman. I have no idea what Hitman is, but thank you. I'm almost here at the end. And you're going to see him stop and look up. And also, thank you to all of you. Even the game is thankful to all of y'all. And here it is. We look up in the sky, and it's not just Sonic this time. Or sorry, not just... Who is it? Sonic or Tails? I don't even know. Not just Tails. That's right. That's the bad ending. The end. And with that, this run is over. Coming up next, I actually don't remember. I'm sure someone can type it in chat. But one more time, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next game.
We're not going to let no technical challenge stop us. That's right. Thank you so much, Finalflame. Again, you all did contribute a whole 0.001 to that one. Best ending, showing you that there is more than one level in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Game Gear. Alrighty.